Alrighty. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Ladies and gentlemen and beautiful people of I Am. How's everybody doing today? Looks like we have a light Tuesday today on Go Live, but I want to welcome everybody here to Go Live with your educator, Manny Q. And I'm also here with the Market Watch team. And today on the check-in, we do have the lovely Miss Bridget Graham. We have Mr. Florence with us, and we also have Mr. SM the G with us. You guys want to say what's up to Go Live real quick?
What's up,
Okay.
What's up?
There you go. There you go. Alrighty. Lee Page is on a little vacation, enjoying some good family time. And then Lou is doing his thing. It's Tuesday. He's usually doing his sessions. But again, I want to welcome everybody back. Had such a refreshing week. I hope everybody had a phenomenal holiday weekend with their families. Just want to remind you guys that the most important thing on this earth is family and also your happiness. So don't let anything else just dilute the main focus in life, which is actually just your happiness, guys, and being content. All right, but good to see everybody. Good morning from Paris. Good morning from Germany. See everybody's in the house today. Absolutely amazing. We got some little bit of updates that we are working on, so it's gonna be great. Just want to give you guys a quick update before we get the session started today. It's Tuesday, so Tuesday we're just gonna start setting up a lot of zones. We're gonna look for a lot of great areas and see how this market is looking. All right. As we come here, Australia, yes, shout out to Australia, yes. Good morning, Florida. All righty. But as we take a look, I want to let you guys know that I just updating this right now. This should be released in about a day or so. So if not by tomorrow, then maybe by Thursday. But the devs delivered on the new, basically like the new harmonic scanner. So they have the update, the updating speed on the site is going to be better. It's going to be a little bit smoother. Okay, there's going to be a new section on the right-hand side right over here, and this is going to be the new master notes. So from now on, whenever I save a note or if I save a scan here to the harmonic scanner, instead of this markup saving right here to the main page, the markup is actually going to save in this section. So all the saved notes will be here. That way the harmonic scanner stays clean. The harmonic scanner stays clear for you guys. So we think it'll be better for you guys. It'll also be better for us. And then we've also added a brand new notes section, which is not here because I haven't written out any notes. But from now on, whenever I do start to create markups for you guys, and let's say I have specific zones, I'm going to actually be able to type up a note and I'm going to say, hey, GBP NZD has been pivoting high and low, running to the, 2.0600 area, anticipating a reversal at the zone, wait for X, Y, and Z. So we'll actually be able to give you instructions and then provide analysis, written analysis, because there are, the harmonic scanner does have thousands and thousands of users, but not thousands and thousands and thousands of people get on the session. So it's going to be really, really good for those of you that are able to, get on the harmonic scanner at off times, look at the markups, and then actually read the notes and things like that. So they're going to be phenomenal. All right. They're going to be absolutely phenomenal. So we'll have that out whether maybe tomorrow or maybe Thursday. We'll have that for you guys. All right. So just stay tuned for that. All righty. And then in addition, this month, I'm going to be working on the content for some of the new upcoming boot camps. So I want you guys to stay tuned. All right. So maybe in about 2 weeks, like around mid-May area, going into the second half of May, going into June, we're going to be dropping some new boot camps. So that's going to be great. As promised, we're going to have that order flow boot camp. And then the second one is we're going to have the Harmonic X boot camp. We're going to bring that back for the Germany team. I know you guys have been requesting it a lot. So we are going to have that there for you guys. And in addition to that, we are also working on some new systems for you guys. So we're going to start turning smart Monix into a transformer. We're going to teach you guys how to trade reversals, and we're going to teach you guys how to trade trends. We're going to be uploading a new arrow system once we're done working on it. So again, guys, just stay tuned. A lot of great updates coming out. And again, just want to thank the Market Watch team for all the work that they're doing, and just want to thank you guys here on Go Live for always showing up. Alrighty. And yeah, so with that being said, let's get this party started. Alrighty. For now, we're going to be on the classic scanner. And then, yes, mid-June going into July. Thank you very much. Yes, mid-June going into July. Appreciate it so much. Alrighty. All right, so up on the board today, there are a few pairs that everybody's looking at. They're all setting up. I don't think anyone specifically is ready for a specific entry except for maybe Florence on GN. Not sure. EN and maybe EN. I don't know where your chart is. AN's ready. You think AN's ready?
Yeah.
So we're gonna come check that out. Alrighty. So we'll look at AN really quick, and then then we're gonna spend the rest of the session just kind of going through the pairs, like how we normally do, and we're just gonna set up a lot of zones, and then just work on what's working today. Okay. And then we'll see what's going on. In terms of news, today you see that we do have some red folder USD news coming up in a little while. So we have some time right over there. And then if we take a quick look at the DXY, we can see the DXY is collapsing, right? It is dropping right over here. So we just want to see if the DXY is going to actually hold at this zone, or if it's going to get ready to turn over. If it actually starts pushing through this previous low, right over here on this 1 hour, we take a look at this DXY, right? If it actually starts pushing through that low, we might see that DXY actually starting to drop a little bit lower. But I do think that even with this correction, we're still going to get this DXY to at least push back to the 105. And then, like this Fed said, push it up to the 107. All right. So we're going to see what's going on. But this DXY has been on a phenomenal run, and I think it's been giving everybody a headache lately, right? But anyway, let's get this thing moving. All right, so let's take a look at a few pairs. All right.
You were already on the move. What is on the move because of the DXY too?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
And you is on the move as well.
And you from that low. All right, good. All right, so let's take a look at a few of these zones. All right, so AUD NZD. I see what you're seeing at AUD NZD. At this high over here, we're gonna see this high low. I see the choke. This is what you're talking about right over here.
Yes.
All righty, I see it. All right, so anyway, let's take a quick look over here at this AUD NZD. All righty. Now, AUD NZD obviously here is compressing, so you guys can see that AUD NZD here is compressing. So this is just showing more of a larger term price correction for AUD NZD. So you can see here we're actually working off of that high on that AUD NZD. 1, 2, let me see, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is going to be nice. I think this is going to be a really nice hit off of this high. As you can see here, it didn't actually work its way up to the trend. This is the counter trend. We have 3 hits coming down. So let's take a look at this AUD NZD right over here. All right. So the first thing that we're going to notice on AUD NZD, let's see, we try to bring this down to the 1 hour. We can see that the order flow here is still very much bearish, even though it's coming up from this low and it's technically bullish from this low here. The overall trend is still pretty bear, especially the short term time frame. All righty. We're going to mark up some of our zones. I don't think it come all the way up to the zone, so it's going to be a little bit difficult. This is probably not the best zone, but we're going to see because of that strong candle. Let's see what's going on. All right. No, it's right in the zone. All right, this is perfect. This is a double price action confirmation. This is a really good looking trade, SM. So big thank you to that. You see we have a huge imbalance, 1 hour imbalance down here, which is phenomenal, right? Which means that we definitely want to at least look to be able to take this market down back to this imbalance fill. So we're looking at a pretty good run to the downside. All right, we're going to start coming down. Let's take a look over here. We're also working on some divergence, 1 hour directional movement, getting ready to move down. So all that is looking good. And then as we come here to the 15 minute, Oh yeah, this baby's running. This baby is running. So you're a few pips off of the flip zone, but this would still be a pretty decent short by market. I see what you're looking at over here, SM. So thank you for that. Let's quickly follow the market structure for everybody that is here. All right. We can see we have low, we have high, we have low, we have high. These were kind of like these last highs right over here. So you see this cluster of highs. These are the highs that were violated to the high. And then the market broke the high and came down here and then just broke those clusters of lows. There goes your choke. And then here goes your flip. SM, this is a really, really, really good setup over here, buddy. So thank you so much for this. And then we'll take a look right over there, quite literally. 50% right over there. Looking pretty good. Let's come over here, extend that right, put that to a red. Alrighty, so here goes your choke. I'm just gonna label this because it's already here. This market is already on the move. All right, I just gotta put it at the top for everybody. All right, put that at the bottom. Alrighty, so here we go. We're working on a nice flip. Over here, really, really good price action. Getting ready to just move this to the downside. So from this high, we're currently about 10 pips from, I would say, like, you know, what would have been the best entry. So SM was already eyeballing that. He got that good. And overall, we're looking to move down. So if we take a look right over here on this move down, let me just save this pattern. I'm going to have this saved. You guys can refresh your scanner. Come on over to AUDNZD. Check that out. Now, if you take a look over here, after that high, you see we have high, low, high, pushing back. And now this market is running down. So it's most likely just going to continue making a low before it pulls back up. Alrighty. So you guys can look to get in for a couple of pips as that's making its way to the downside. The way that the markets have been moving, that's probably your best bet because lately these trades have just been running away. But let's just let's anticipate this trade just a little bit more, all right? But AUD and ZD, I'm gonna put a large stop, but SM, I'm gonna get in with you over here for AUD and ZD. Let me see. Let's see what is happening with this. Okay, this AUDNZD has to clear that low. That's the only issue with AUDNZD on the 5 minutes, that we want AUDNZD to clear that low. So hopefully we get some good momentum, just breaking that low to the downside. But let me just get a quick check over here. So let's go low high from this particular zone. All right, so 38.2 is sitting right around this area. This is also a very good LB area. About 50 to 618. 618 is about filling out that area, and then we drop down all the way into the premiums at the low. So this is really, really nice over here. So this is going to be our target 1, 2, and then target 3 is going to be all the way back here at that zone. So let's see how many pips we're looking at over here from AUDNZD. The initial one is about 80 pips. So let me see, 20, 40, 60, 80. Let's see where we're at right now. How many pips above the high is this? Alrighty. So 20 pips comes all the way back up to the equal high. So what I would do is I would want to put my stops just above that high in case this market, you know, sometimes gets that momentum and then pulls back down. So I wouldn't mind maybe like a 25 pip stop if that's what you guys are looking for. Maybe at the 1.083. Let me see. 108. I don't want to say 300 because that's literally right above that high. But as long as we stay below this zone, this whole zone is a good almost 30 pips over here. All right. As long as we stay below that zone, roughly about from current market values, about 27 pips. It would have obviously been shorter from that zone. But as long as you guys are good from that zone, you guys should be pretty good over there. All righty. So we just want to stay below that high, and then we'll be good, right? And we're going to look for this first run here to go about a good 80, 90 pips. So if you guys want to be more on the safe side, maybe you guys could do something like a 30 pip stop loss. So that way it's above the high, and then maybe like a 90 pip TP running back down to these lows over here, right? So if you guys want to do the safest bet, then definitely just make sure your risk to reward is set up with the 1 to 3. All right. If it swings a little bit lower, then that'll be even better. So that's what we're gonna looking at. That's what we're gonna be looking at for AUDNZD today. All right. So that was really good. That's phenomenal there. Okay. And we have a choke. Yes, I put that up. 786. Phenomenal. All righty. All right. What are the next pairs that we are looking at over here today, guys, that you feel like are ready? Let's see.
I mean, I got one that's not really ready yet, but I do want to see it perform and choke. That's NZD Cap.
Okay. All right. All right. So if none, I think Bridget was talking a little bit about NU. NU is still setting up a little bit because it is working the high. So we would want a little bit, let me see, of a pullback. Yes, especially low high. Yeah, we'll get a little bit more of a choke on NU before we think about anything on NU. Alrighty, so if nothing else is specifically ready by market value, then what we will do is we will just start going through all of these pairs. All right, analyze the DAX future. I don't think I have that on here, but I'll keep that in mind for you guys. All right. All right, and then all right, so let's go through some of these pairs here. All right. And just a big reminder for everybody that's been tuning in on the session, because there's been a few extra 100 people that joined. I just want to remind you guys that there is a new updated harmonic scanner that is going to be dropping. All right, just so you guys know, we're going to have a new master note section. There's, the chart suite is going to load faster. All of our master notes are going to save to a specific section, so it doesn't mess with the regular markups. And then we're gonna have a new notes section, and I'll be able to actually type up the notes for the analysis for you guys to follow at a later time. All right, so that should be dropping either tomorrow or that will be dropping on Thursday. All right, so we'll keep, you'll notice it once you guys log in. All right, so that one is on the way. We're also working on some new stuff for the Smartmonics to update the scanner. And then we're going to be dropping a new boot camp in the middle of June. All righty. Just for the, extra people that just jumped on. All righty. So let's keep this thing rocking and rolling. All right. We're just going to do a top down. If there's anything you guys want me to look at specifically in the chat, I will. You guys want to look at gold and NZDJPY, Chef JPY, GJ. All right. So let's start on some of those. I'm actually looking at a little bit of all these pairs over here today. All righty. Let's take a look at GJ. So when it comes to GJ and it comes to the yens, all righty. From this initial POI that we had, remember, if you guys remember last week, we were looking, I was letting you guys know at either the high or the low, and I was really more favoring the yen going up. We wanted to see that break of that high and then bring GJ higher to that POI. So we got GJ at that POI where we wanted. We got it out of that consolidation zone. Was a little run up, had about a 60, 70 pip run down, and GJ's kind of just been consolidating in this area over here. Now, this area is a very interesting area because this is like a weekly, monthly high. So this pullback zone right over here where this is at, it's a really, really valid zone. It's kind of like the last pullback zone from the extreme high on the weekly, if we just take a quick look at that. But that doesn't mean it's going to be a golden ticket, all right? And we're going to talk about that in just a second. So anyway, we take a look at GJ. You see here is that last pullback. See that last pullback? And then that market drops low. That's where GJ is at right now. So it was a very interesting zone, especially because it was kind of setting up also as a bit of a mitigation block, right? Because you had that high broken, you had this low violated, you had it test back in. So it was a very nice mitigation for this high low here. And we just wanted to see how much volume was built up in this area to see if we'll get a little bit of a rundown, all right? But taking a look at some of the other yens, especially UJ, they look like they still want to go a little bit higher. And in this season, GJ and UJ have been correlating pretty nicely, while NJ and AJ, they've kind of been doing their own thing as well. So we're going to look at these yens as separate identities, all right? But if we do take a look at this high-low for GJ, and we're coming from the actual swing, the high-low weekly, you could see that this market, even though we're still not yet entering that premium zone just yet, we can see our 8.5 is sitting up here, and then our high is over here. So these highs are actually our decisional zones and our extreme zones. So when we're talking about like valid Smartmonic shorts in the market, these are the two ideal areas, right? These are the two textbook ideal Smartmonic zones. What we're looking at right here is sitting between the 618 and the 786. So is this a proper zone? No, it's not. We don't actually have the layering confluence. Remember, whenever you have a true mitigation block, you would want to see it sitting between the 50 and the 618, right? If we're seeing something like this, this is more so just generating liquidity in the market. So sometimes we'll get lucky and there'll be a big run down, and it'll be a good, hit in terms of just generating liquidity for the market. So that way, when it goes back up, we'll be able to sell off even more, but it's not the most ideal zone. All right. So that means that whenever if you're trading from the zone, you have to be precautious, right? Because if we're looking at GJ, all righty, we can see here that GJ is clearly still, thank you, my love. Hello, baby. Bendición, mi amor. Right, so if we're looking at GJ, we're seeing high, we're seeing low, and then you see kind of GJ over here is still working that high. It's still looking to make its way on to the upside, right? And then again, look, if we just take a look from high-low, we're kind of sitting at that 1618, a little bit higher. And then if we come over here, okay, if we use the entire swing, we can kind of see that the 1618 is even higher up in that area, right? So you'll see using these two levels, we're not getting like really, really, really good zones. Well, I mean, the 618 is kind of like sitting at that area, right? Over there. So I think we can get a little bit of a hit, but we have to be very careful, okay? So we have to be extremely careful just taking a look at this market. This GJ market is very bullish, and we just do not want to become liquidity inside of the market. So as we begin to take this down, we look at the hourly, we see what is going on over here. I would say the only way I would get into a GJ sell is, quite honestly, is I would need the market structure to turn over. In no way, shape, or form am I looking at GJ as a sell just yet, even though it's in this zone. Again, not a valid zone. Here goes the low. The low is holding very strong. We can see that the high is right here. High is already getting violated just a little bit, right? But as of right now, there is no actual reason to even look at this as a sell, okay? So just keep that in mind, all right? So we need to wait for that market structure to turn over. Now, we come over here and then we take a look.
Manny, can you
Yes.
look at NZD like now? It gave us like a small choke, and then I'm just waiting for a choke plus.
I got you. Let's look at UJ because I wanted to buy up UJ real quick, and I'm going to go to NZD CAD. So actually, UJ by market is what I was looking for, and you see it's actually kind of hitting right over here. So yeah, so GJ, all right, UJ still trending over here in the market, and I would like to see this this USD JPY go long. So again, we see this market structure. We see this market structure for UJ, for GJ, pardon me. It's still bullish on the bullish side. There's been no break of lows. It's still wanting to work a little bit higher. If we look at GJ, we kind of have that same fashion. We had two zones over here. This was a high volume LB for UJ, but unfortunately, UJ really just did not respect it, did not give us the flip that we were looking for inside the zone. And it's really all good, right? Zones are 50% of the move, and we still need our entries. And again, as we see, as GJ came into that zone, it really just wasn't it. You could see that there was selling pressure in the market. You have long wicks to the downside, so sellers were trying to take it down. but it's clear that they still want this UJ market to go bullish. So we continue to break highs. We continue to break those structural highs right over there. And 50% of our original POI, you can see right over here as this continued to trend and work its way to the upside. You see we have our break of high. You see we have a little bit of inducement happening right over here. And then we have that nice move right back down into our LB. So I like this LB here. I like that this LB is also in that daily LB, that there's still very good zones. And I think this could be a pretty valid long. All right. So if GJ keeps going up, and if UJ keeps going up, I think we could probably get UJ to run up to that next zone. That's about 240, about 250 pips to that high. So I would like to see that yen just still working its way on to the upside. All righty. Again, we're just going to be following. We're going to continue following this market structure. And we're going to continue following this order flow to the upside until this actually gets violated and it turns around. All right. So that is what I'm looking for over here. All right, so I'm going to get rid of that zone. We're going to take a look here. We're going to turn this blue. So this is going to be very similar to like what we did over here when, you know, UJ pulled back and went up. All right, so very similar. And we'll just see if we continue to get that that UJ going. Okay, I would probably personally just take UJ by market looking at this, because it's a pretty good zone. All right, and we have pretty good order flow over here. Obviously, we want to catch some of that momentum to the upside because we're still very close to that. Oh, wow, 20 pips away. Didn't even realize it. I'm already actually in some profits, which is great on that because I did jump in. But we could also wait, obviously, if nobody's in this, if you guys are a little bit worried about UJ because we're running into some 1 minute highs over here, you guys can feel free to just wait for more of a flip to set up, okay? But as we're seeing over here, it's going to be some time before this sets up. So hopefully we'll get a nice little break in momentum to the upside, all right? So we'll see what happens with that UJ, all right? But we're going to be taking a look at UJ at the zone, all right? So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to put that back down to the 15, and then we'll see what happens with that. All right, Florin, which one did you want me to look at?
NZD CAD.
NCAD. Alrighty. All right. I got to redo this NCAD markup over here. Oh, I had a lot of work on here, huh? Okay. Let's actually just get rid of everything. Remove drawings. All right. Let's see what we're looking at. Alrighty, so we're looking to, you want to look to buy up NZD CAD?
Yes.
Alrighty, so let's take a look. All right, so we're looking at NZD CAD. What I'm assuming, I can't see your screen, but what I'm assuming when you're looking at NZD CAD, I'm assuming that you're looking at this correction over here to be finishing towards the downside. Is that what I'm assuming? Over here, and you're looking for the market to turn over?
I have one zone on the left, but I have to show you. Can you look at my screen?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I see it.
There was like a wick pressure on the 1 hour right here.
I got you. All right, back over here. All right, let's take a look at what you got going on. All right. Well, first, let me do the fibs. Let me see what we got going on over here. We're going to do a high-low. Okay, so I see you're sitting at a 50%. All right, so we have high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, break of high, straight violated, mid. Okay, alrighty. Let's take a look. All right, so we're taking a look over here at this NZD CAD. Alrighty. We're going to see right over here that this low was taken and broken, kind of leaving like this liquidity pool open. So let me just mark up this 4-hour candle over here and let's see how it lines up with everything else. So we're going to come over here. So it's a very interesting bull candle. Alrighty. So I'm going to come over here. Let's take a look at what's happening over here. Alrighty. All right, so we have this zone, and let's see. All right, so this zone wasn't completely violated, but it was violated. So let's take a look. All right, where is 50%? 50% is a little bit lower. Let's come to the daily. Let's do 50% on the daily candle. Let's see where 50% on this daily is at, right over here. Alrighty. So here we are at, yeah, all right. Here we are at about 50% of the daily. Alrighty. Let's see, there's some imbalances here that was filled out. Let's go here to the 4. Let me take a look. All right. So overall, we're looking at a bit of a mitigation block. I usually like to see a larger, a better liquidity void in that area for those that are normally trading smart monics. Alrighty, let me save this here quickly so it doesn't refresh. And then if we take a look over here at the zones, all right, so Florin is looking at the wick pressure, which is right down here, right? It's this lower open wick. Let's take a look. So we have this open wick right over here. So the POI for this wick is pretty much literally right here at that low. Are you looking at this area, the 18200 area?
Yes.
Yes, that
whole number.
Yeah, that 182 actually looks pretty good. So I like the wick pressure. I see what you're looking at here inside the zone. All right, it's a decent little mitigation. Now, for those of you that don't know, mitigations are basically like break and retest inside of the market. They're just, more fancy break and retest. And then we're here. And one thing that we can see when we're looking at this NZD CAD is that even though NZD CAD here is holding this equal high, so you can see here it's holding that equal high, this market structure is still bearish, right? So you have low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. And then internally we have these highs broken, right? So now that these internal highs are broken, we see that there's a bit of this correction moving back. This could be a nice completion over here, sitting at this 50%. That's usually more than enough. So we should see if we can get a good move to the upside on this. I would like to get a nice choke turning around at that low. It seems like you're already getting that, so it actually looks pretty good, Florin. I'm not gonna lie. And then if we go low high, we also have that 126. Oh, this is lovely, Florence. Alrighty, so we have our extension right down here at the low. That is literally just perfect over here, because this is where the liquidity is hanging out, which is right down there. Alrighty, and we got another sharpshooter here in the market. All right, let's come down here to the 1 hour. And then let's see what is happening. All right, so here on the 1 hour, we got some divergence setting up, which is really nice. Directional movement on the hour is already a little bit high. It's above the 80. It's not a make or break for me, but maybe we'll get a little bit of a correction and a pullback over here. Let's come down to the 15. And then let's see what we're looking like on the 15 here. All right, so this market structure on the 15 is not my favorite yet, but I really like this low over here. Kind of reminds me of GJ, where it's already moving and it's in the process of setting up. All right, so let's take a look over here. Am I offline? What are you talking about? No, I'm not offline. All righty. All right, let's take a look over here. Okay, so we are, let me see, let me get a little pathway. Sometimes the way that this tools are set up are so crazy. All right, so let's see, we are high, low, high, new low, high. Okay, yeah, new low. All right, so this is probably going to take some time to set up, but it'll most likely break that high and then push back to this low. Let's take a look. Let me go high low right over here. This high low 1618, right in that area, running into this zone. Where are my boxes? I've been using the other charting platform so much, I'm like forgetting where the tools are at over here. So we got this 1618 literally sitting right here. Turn that red. We got this break of structure right over here. Okay, that's that BOS to the downside. We're gonna need this high to turn up. We'll just keep them all gray. Okay, 100% of those fibs are right there. Just get rid of that. All right, so this market is moving, so we're gonna have to bring this down to a lower time frame. All right, so this is the overall trajectory path that I'm looking at over here for AUD and ZZ. All righty, and then 127 sitting up here, 126. So there's gonna be some pullbacks happening right around this area as well. All right, so we'll just put that there. I'm gonna get rid of that. All right, then let's come down here to the 5. All righty, so right now we're looking at this directional path to move to the upside. So this is the 15-minute directional path. We're probably just gonna work on the off of the 5-minute here as we work our way up about 60, 70 pips. We're gonna work our way up about 60, 70 pips here. I think that's going to be a nice run to the upside. And then also from here, we'll probably get a nice run to the downside as well. All right, so this is going to be the canvas that we're playing with on NZD CAD floor. And I think this is pretty good. It looks pretty good. And then let's take over here at the 5-minute. All right, so now we're looking at the 5-minute structure over here. We're going to come down here to the 5-minute structure. We're going to play this internally on the 5-minute. So we can see here on the 5-minute, here is our 5-minute choke. Right, here's our choke on the 5-minute, 5 min. All right, so there goes our 5-minute choke here. All right, and our 5-minute choke right over there. So let me see, we have high, low, high. Florian, do you wanna let this pull back a little bit more to get in, or what do you think is going to happen over here with this? Because
I want this to come back a little bit more, like a little bit more down before I jump in.
Yeah, we're gonna need this to come back a little bit more before we come in. So if we're looking at the internal market structure over here, guys, and for those of you guys that want to take it to the upside, hopefully momentum doesn't just drive it all the way up. But if we take it a little bit back low, obviously we can see that this range right here, this is going to be your value area. So if you come over here and you get your fixed range volume profile from the low high, it says most of the volumes over there, pretty shocking. I thought it'd be just a little bit lower, but obviously this is where the most of the buildup is at over here. So let me see. So we have low, high, low, high, low. All right, so break of low, high, low. Mitigated that high volume, high. All right, and what is the pip difference in this area? All right, this is a 5 pip difference, so I could care less about the 5 pip difference area. So we're just gonna kind of keep this right over here.
Yeah, that's the same zone I was targeting.
Yep. All right. So this is probably where we're gonna look at for our buys. If we come from here to this low is about 16 pips. I don't think we're going to go any lower because we are already at an extension low. So I'd probably do a 20 pip stop over here once this gets in this zone here. So it seems like 82 100 would kind of be like a decent little area around 82 100. Probably get a decent little run to the upside, 82 100. So from here back up to the top, you're looking at about 80 pips. So if you do a 20 pip stop, just to have a pretty wide open stop to here. You can have a 1 to 4. If you do a 10 pip stop, you know, you're going to basically turn it into a 1 to 8, right? So that's going to be completely up to you. But if you do a 10 pip stop, just remember, don't get crazy with your risk. I want to make sure that everybody is following their FRX growth plan. I haven't showed it for some time, but I want to make sure that everybody here is following their FRX growth plan. All right, let me see. I'm going to try to bring it up over here. So again, and I know a lot of you guys are on funded accounts, right? And now, you know, I'm not here to judge, to say what you're gonna do or not gonna do. Let me see. Oh no, let's put this over here. 1 mil, and then initial balance. So again, let's say you guys are on funded accounts. You guys got a 100K account. Remember, 1% risk at max, which can still be pretty risky, especially if you're on a funded. You know, you have 1 to 3. 1 to 4, this is all you guys got to do. Just set up your stop loss, set up your TP, right? You'll see what your risk to reward is. You come right here to your growth plan, and it will show you the exact lot size that you need to trade to be able to get the earning and what you could potentially lose, all right? So this right here will definitely help you. Just want to make sure you guys are following your growth plan. You guys are putting in the right lot sizes for your trade, so you guys are not going crazy. Remember, this right here is everything. You can suck at trading, you can be great with your money and your trade management, and you'll still come out a victor, all right? All right, so let's come to the harmonic scanner. All right, so this is what we're looking at over here, all right? Let's see what else we have cooking up in the market. I'm actually gonna put, let me see, hold on. So you guys can keep me posted on that, but I'm gonna throw in a little, just gonna throw in a little buy limit, whatever. I don't care. I'm gonna risk light. What is that? NZD CAD. And then we'll look at the next pair that we got going on over here. So let's trade. I'm gonna put a buy limit. We're gonna put that price at 0.82 100. All right, and I'm gonna do a 10 pip stop. 0.82, 0.20. That's 82,900. Oh, I put my expiration on by accident. I don't even know how to delete this thing. You know what? I'll just put it over in the future. All right, so that is moving down, and we will see. Very funny how when CAD moves down, AUD, NZD, and USD, JPY go up. That's pretty interesting. That means one of these trades are gonna be a loser. Alrighty. All right, let's see what happens with that. Alrighty, so we have AN, we have UJ, which those are both in profit if you guys jumped into those by market. And we have NZD CAD setting up. Now, before I take a look at the chat box and look at any more pairs, are there any other ones that you guys want me to take a look at? Market Watch team? Wait, did my internet cut off? Hello?
No, you here.
Oh, man, you guys had me so nervous. I was like, what? And that happened to me yesterday. Yesterday, I was on the call with the marketing team. I was talking, just had a full-blown blackout in the house. Everything cut off. It was crazy.
USD Chef, that one's setting up as well.
Which one?
USD Chef.
USD Chef. Oh, man. You know, if you guys are in a battle, I can't do it. All right, let me see. Let me see what the market watch what they want. All right, you guys want me to look at EU? Okay. GCAD, can I save NCAD? Yes, NCAD's already saved. You guys just have to refresh your page. Just refresh your browser. I don't go there. Gold, I could take a look at that. We'll see what's happening. NZD CAD, GA. Let me see. Da 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 da. All right. Matsumoto, if you are new from London, welcome. Please do not forget to go to the favorite sessions or go to smartmonics.com. You can join the fast start boards right over here. And, you know, it's boards. They, you know, you have to email to get the app and all that, blah, blah, blah. But once you get into the Smartmonics boards, that will give you all the steps. Or you can come right here to smartmonics.com. We updated the site. And then everything that's in the favorite will be right here. You have a 3-part beginner series. You have a 3-part Smartmonics series. And then you have the actual Smartmonics bootcamp. Just remember, do what's easy and your life will be hard. Do what's hard and your life will be easy. So if you want to watch 1 or 2 videos and make $1 million trading, it won't happen for you or anybody else that is on here. So you guys need to make sure that you guys are watching and studying fervently. All righty? If you guys really want to make trading a living. All right? Just letting y'all know, just throwing that out there. All right? All righty. Go live, not playing ball for you today. All right. Must be the stream. All right, let's see what else is cooking up over here. All right, so GA, let me see. All right, so GA, NJ, Gold, GCAD. All right, so we're gonna go through some of these other pairs over here. All right, let me try to run through some pairs. Let's see what happens with some of these. All right. All right, I'm gonna do a quick look. All right, GBP, NZD. I think GN is violating like this high over here. I think this is like a little high that we had over here. Okay. And I think it's still coming higher. So for GBP, NZD, I would like to see GBP, NZD. Let me come over here. I would like to see GN come a little bit higher, at least right to that area before we look at anything. We have pretty much 2 zones. Over here for GN, right? Let me see. It's going to be hard. There we go. So these were the 2 zones on GN. That's the high. This is the decisional. So you have a decisional and you have an extreme somewhat. So I want to see what the POI is looking like right over here. And then if we just take a look at GN, you see GN's kind of just like violating that high right there. So, you know, GN's, I'm kind of like hands off of GN for now. We'll see what's happening with that GN. Alrighty, I don't know what news hit, but my GJ's coming back to my entry over here that I entered earlier. All right, so I'll let that set up. Let me see what else is going on. All right, let's take a look at EuroCAD over here as well. All right, so EuroCAD's been interesting because EuroCAD's working off this low. So I think a lot of people are wondering if GU and GA is going to start going higher. I've been wondering as well, I want to see what's going to be happening. I was very interested in this DXY and how this DXY was going to shape up because of that low. You kind of see how DXY just is holding that low right here. So I want to see if DXY is going to keep running up. But we're going to take a look because this is a pretty interesting zone for GU. I have to bring it on over to the harmonic scanner. But if we do take a look at this GU, I'm just wondering if we get this this GU to drop off from this particular area. So I think this is something that we can probably pay attention to. So we're going to see what happens with that. Alrighty, let's come back over here. All right, so EuroCAD, all right? So EuroCAD, again, EuroCAD right here is really just working this low over here on EuroCAD. So very big consolidation. We had both of these lows right over here on EuroCAD. It kind of held those lows really well. And I was anticipating EuroCAD to kind of give us like a bigger pullback in the market before it continues to come to the downside. So we're going to see, yeah, I agree. SM said there's a lot of momentum on GPB USD. So we'll wait. And I definitely agree. So that's why we'll see what happens with that. And then this EuroCAD over here, I was pretty interested in this EuroCAD and how this EuroCAD is accumulating. I'm not sold on it just yet. And to be quite honest, because we have 3 hits to this low, one thing I will say is that you can see here, we kind of do have that break of high happening right over there. You got that break of high happening right over there. That market came back down here to that low. So I believe that's why we're getting this little run to the upside. And if we continue to take a look, you'll see here, even the market structure here is starting to break to the upside. So I'm wondering, I'm going to keep my eye on EuroCAD. I'm going to see how EuroCAD is feeling. If EuroCAD sets up more in this zone, again, I'm just going to quickly try to go through some of these pairs. If EuroCAD sets up more over here and gives me like a trending market feel and it starts moving out of that zone, maybe I'll start taking a look at EuroCAD. But for now, we'll see what happens. And there is some high volume in that area. So, we'll see what happens with that EuroCAD. Much like GJ, where I wanted GJ to really just break out of that zone. That's what we'll see. But the way this is accumulating where it looks like it wants to start going bullish. So maybe like GN, we'll get that nice, 700-800 pip run to the upside. So we'll see what happens with EuroCAD. So just keep your eyes on EuroCAD. I think we talked about GJ already. Yeah, we talked about GJ and UJ. We're going to see what happens with that GJ. Again, until this GJ turns over here and gives me a reason to sell out of the zone, I will not be looking to sell GJ, right? So I want GJ to break that low right over there, start turning back over if I'm going to be looking for that GJ sell. If not, I'm going to be looking to continue to take GJ. Or I'm just going to let GJ continue to trend all the way to those daily and weekly highs all the way over there. All right. As we're looking at UJ, so we see UJ right here is holding the zone. So this is where I'm at. I want to let UJ set up a little bit more. So if this does go bullish, we'll start to see this UJ start to turn over. All righty. So we'll see what happens with those right over there. Alrighty, going into NU, I think Bridget wanted to talk about this a little bit. She's not set on it, but she said, NU is in a zone, so we're looking at NU, working this low right over here, a little bit of a zone over here. Alrighty, so you see we're kind of like at that low, and then from that low high, we have a bit of an extension right down here. So if you take a look. So you see that low high right over there. You're kind of working on that 126 extension. So if NU does start to turn over, we'll see what happens with NU here. But overall, if we do take a look at NU, very similar to the other pairs, we would want to see NU come a little bit lower. But NU's holding at that 50%. We'll see what happens, right? We do not have a strong... we don't have a strong mitigation block holding over here. So the zone may get violated over here. We don't have a very, very strong mitigation. So I would like to see a strong mitigation or a strong LB. And we don't have that, but we will see what happens with this NU over here. Alrighty, because these markets just do so much over here. So what I'm going to wait for NU is if this goes up, I'll just simply wait for some of the market structure to start turning to the upside. I'm in no rush to get into that NZD USD. So if that market structure turns up, like GJ turns down, then maybe I'll get in for a little hit and then at least try to take it back up to fill out, the imbalance inside of this range right around gold 2 in that area. So I'll see what happens with that. That's, a good 150, 160 pips, right? So definitely good to just keep our eyes on NZD USD because maybe, just maybe, if this pulls back up, this will give us a really nice move to maybe continue taking NZD back down if it will continue trending to the downside. So, we'll kind of see what happens with that NZD USD. All right, so we'll just be keeping our eyes on that at the moment. Okay. NJ, I'm going to stay away from NJ. Okay. 1 second. Hello, Manny. I'm new to trading. I've watched your Smartmonics bootcamp, the whole bootcamp, and you're new. Woof. God bless your heart. My head was hit with the information overload, but so many things become much clearer now. Now I only have 500,000 questions left. Well, listen, if you guys are new, guys, listen, we have a great Smartmonics community. Feel free to just ask around to see if you can get into the Smartmonics community chat. It is only for active FRX members, so you kind of have to log in With that, we have very strict rules in the group. Everybody in there talks about smart monics. People answer each other's questions. They literally talk charts in there. I talk in there. So it's a great group. But just remember, practice will never make perfect. Practice will make permanent, right? And anything that comes fast doesn't last. And anything that lasts doesn't come fast. So, welcome to the game of trading. All righty. Just remember, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So really just focus on the 3 steps. Don't just get overwhelmed. All right. Really focus on the 3 steps. And I would say more than anything, focus on the zones, learning the volume, really focus on the zones. And then once you get the zones, focus on the candles and then X, Y, and Z. All righty. NZDJPY, I'm going to stay away from NJ. Okay. Because this has been doing the opposite of the yens. NJ.
And then,
Yes.
and then look at gold or no, not right now.
I'm down, Bridget. Want me to look at gold? Let's go. Let's go, girl.
Let's look at gold.
Let's do it. See what's going on. All right. Hey, gold got its own scanner going? Come on. Never see gold scans. All righty. So gold. All right, let's look at gold. All right. If you look at gold, gold looks phenomenal. Just look at it. It just looks phenomenal. Quite seriously. We've been looking at gold for quite some time. So, you talk to us in the Market Watch team. Yeah, we've been looking at some gold. Alrighty. But let's take a look at gold over here. Alrighty. So if we look at gold over here on this 1 hour. So as you guys know from this daily, that multi-year high, right? There goes that multi-year high. We kind of been looking at gold and gold drop. We didn't know gold was going to drop this much. But gold's really, really been dropping. I think a huge reason gold's been dropping is because what do the feds and what does the world want to do? They want to depreciate everybody's money, even if you're rich. And once the CBDC dropped and all the banks started collapsing, First Republic, Silicon Valley, everybody started pulling out their money. And what do? The first thing that they do is they go right to gold. A bunch of people put their money in gold. And what do you know? Gold dropped off of the face of the earth and a bunch of people are losing all their value on gold right now. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles, right? And gold's been dropping and we just been looking at gold dropping, laughing because it has, I think that thing been dropping. All righty. Now, anyway, we take a look at gold over here again. Gold came all the way to this low here. That was kind of like the lowest low of that swing. And we got multiple hits. Gold's been moving up, but overall gold's been a bit on a downtrend. So if we just take a quick look at gold over here, let's just take a look at the high. Here goes the gold moving its way up back to that multi-year high. And then from that multi-year high, here is gold moving down. So as we start to take a look at gold moving down, we always want to keep in mind that gold is a commodity. So, gold is going to, the wave theory for gold is a little bit more predominant, right? And we could see that there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave coming over here with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 within that wave, right? So we're due for a decent little correction on gold, but gold is just different sometimes, man. Gold is just different sometimes, right? But anyway, we just stick to the hour. Let's come here to the hour. I'm gonna come back low. I know they had that huge liquidity grab that kind of ate everybody on gold. But if you look at gold, as of right now, the market structure is still very bearish. So what we're going to do is we're just going to continue to follow the bearish structure on gold until gold gives us another reason to believe anything, right? So if we take a look, here goes our break of low on gold. There goes our break of structure to the downside, second break of structure to the downside. We see gold moving right back up into this high zone. So we're going to come over here. We'll mark up this high zone. We're actually going to drop this down to the 15-minute just to get a better look at this over here. Let's come down to the 15-minute. All right, and then there we are in the 15-minute. Wow, that gold is moving, Bridget. That gold is moving. All righty, we're gonna have to figure out how to get back into that gold. But if we take a quick look. Again, we could see that the gold, again, break a structure, hit that low, nice big move to the upside. And then let's just take a look, right? Because I think we could start doing some ping pong with gold over here. And the reason why I say that is because what in the French is that line? Okay. The reason why I say that is because if we take a look at gold, you'll see internally we have this high broken, and internally we're getting these highs to be broken right over here. So I think gold is pulling back down, and it might give us a nice run back up. All right. But anyway, let's take a look at gold. I actually like this zone over here. This was the 1 hour candle, but I'm just going to move this over here since we're on the 15-minute. And we're just going to highlight this entire consolidation right over there. Alrighty, and then there goes gold. Wow, gold, slow down. Give it a break. Oh my goodness. Sheesh. You know, whenever you want gold to pull back, it doesn't. You know what I mean? Gold just goes. You know what I mean? Wow. Okay. Alrighty. Dang. All right. We're gonna fix this up with gold. All right. We're probably gonna have to go all the way down to the 1 minute. That's what me and Bridget and the Market Watch team. That's what we've been working on. So anyway, good market structure to the downside. Great LB, harmonic scan there, perfect smart monics. Blah 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 blah. A lot of talking. Gold is moving. I'm getting such FOMO right now. It's ridiculous. But meanwhile, I'm in profit on UJ and AN right now, and I'm still like, gold, no, gold. Oh, it's crazy how greedy we are as human beings. We just want it all. It's amazing. You guys ever been up 50% on your account and then you're upset that you're not in on another trade? It's just nuts, right? But all right, so let's take a look over here at gold. Wow. Okay. All right. So anyway, yeah, gold moving from that POI right over there. Now I don't think gold is just going to break this low over here. It's been a while since we've seen that gold market structure turn over like this. So I want to see what happens. And for those of you that do not know, here's a secret little tip. If you guys are trading shark patterns, did you guys know that shark patterns turn into I think, what is it called? A 5 drives. I think it turns to a 5 drives pattern, which means that at 50% of the shark patterns, depending on the order flow, 50% of the shark patterns, what actually happens is the market drops down to the 50% and then it actually goes bullish. So the shark turns into, I think it's called a 5 drive. It goes like that. This is literally what a 5 drive is. And then the market goes up. I think that's what it's called. Let me see. And gold's already moving, so it's not like we're going to get into it. But I'm just going to show you guys the 5 drive real quick now because, wow. Okay. Let's get rid of that. There goes 50% on gold. All right, 5 minute. Let's come to the 1 minute. All right, gold, what are you doing over here? All right. So we'll see if gold gives us a little bit of, maybe gold will cool off a little bit, right? Drink some lemonade on a nice summer day because gold is heating up over here. So hopefully gold cools off. Give me a second. Let me see something. Let's take a look at this whole range. Obviously that was going to happen. There we go. Second most amount of volume is sitting right around that area. All right. And then the rest of the volume is sitting right up there at that high. Alrighty, so with gold, let me see, this is pretty high, but 1958, maybe we can get back into a short at 1958, or maybe gold will come all the way back over here to 1961.5. All right, maybe we can get back in gold for shorts at these areas. Hopefully that'll be nice. It seems like the market is kind of taking its direction. All right, so let me save this. I'm going to hold that for a while. So let me see. I think it's called a 5 drive harmonic pattern. I think it's called. Yes, here he is. There we go. There we go. 5.0. That's what it's called. 5.0. 5.0. They don't have it on the harmonic scanner. I don't think they don't have that. And I think they don't have cipher patterns. But here goes the 5 drives, right? I know it looks weird because they changed it, but it's actually a shark that turns into a 5 drive. Here we go. It looks more like it. So there goes the shark, and then there goes the 50%. There goes the D point, And then from there, it usually turns into to a 5 drives pattern, for those that just did not know. So that's something that I always think about when it comes to trading sharks. That's why back in the day when I would say, oh, I didn't really like trading sharks because it got 2 entries, da-da-da-da-da. You know, that's a big thing for me. Just so you guys know. All right. So yeah, we'll keep our eyes on gold. We'll stay right over here. And then also, I don't know if you guys, does anybody know about wolf waves? Right? I mean, we're already in 2 trades in profit, which is pretty good. So we're not going to get too crazy. But does anybody here know what a wolf wave is? Right? So wolf wave is this. So let's say you're looking at, let me just show you over here.
I ain't never heard of that.
So a wolf wave, check this out, right? So it's just a regular harmonic pattern, but it's just like a correctional pattern, but it's about where you're taking profit on, because then they'll also turn into like a sell sometimes. So depends how you look at it. So let's say you're looking at a correction. All you got to do is just whenever you have a 5-point correctional pattern or a 5-point wave, you literally just connect 1 and 4 together, and then you take that to the target. That's what you do. And then that target, if that target lines up with like another LB or something like that, those are pretty good. You know, I don't do it too much because, you know, back in the day, you know, I would talk about something complicated and I would lose 500 subs because they're like, man, it's too complicated. And it's like, oh, all right. So just go ahead. You know, don't learn how to trade, you know, whatever. But anyway, yeah. So let's say we're going to a 5 drive. So let me see. All right. We're going to wait for that. We're going to wait for that gold, but let's come over here. So let's see. Let me go to a 15. All right. Oh, gold. Come on. You don't want to pull back a little bit before you start doing that. So let me see. I need a 1, 2, 3. No. I need more of a triangle so we can kind of do this. So we got, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So let's say we were looking at something like this, right? Watch this. Let me see. So let's say you were doing, this was 1, 2, 3, 4, and, you know, 5. I mean, that's kind of like a little bit off. But then all you would do is this. You would just connect 1 and 4 together like that. And then when you connect 1 and 4 together, that would kind of be like, once this comes back up, it'll come back to there. That'll be a take profit lining up with an LB, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, I'll give you guys a cleaner example, but that's basically what a wolf wave is. So wolf waves and 5 drives, very, very cool things to just know, you know, not that you have to do them, but anyway, whatever. All righty, let me just stop babbling. Let's see. All right, so ANUJ moving. All right, I'm probably just gonna, it's already 8:08, so I'm not gonna stay on the session too much longer. I still think there's a few other good pairs that we haven't had the chance to look at just yet. But yeah, guys, let's just keep our eyes on gold over here. Let's see what happens, and then just give me a second. Let's check out this entire range. Let me, from high. Wow. All right. Look at how most of the volume is sitting right about 50% of this area. Do you think that's an accident? No, it's not an accident. We'll see how gold looks over here. And this is also actually turning into a mitigation block, which is at 50% of the high-low. There goes that break of structure. Have that market violate right through. Most of the volume is in that area. So I would say let's see what happens with gold. All right, this is not a definite, but for everybody that is tuned in, if you guys want to keep taking gold down, we can see we'll get like maybe a little 1 minute turnover on gold at 1958 back to the downside, or back over here at 1961.5. Now remember, this is not a full-blown flip or choke or type 1 or type 2. This is literally just us trading the order flow, okay? But if you do take a look at this, if we get a little bit of a move back to the downside, maybe we can get like a nice, 100 pip run on gold, or 1,000, might be 1,000 on your MT4, depending on how your broker set up. If I do get in, my target is definitely going to be right around here at this area, probably looking at this 1946, right? This 1946 over here. I think this is what I'm going to be looking at the most is this 1946 area. So I want to see how that 1946 area holds out in case gold happens to turn back up from that area. If it comes a little lower, then all good. I'm not going to exit. I'm just going to watch it, and then I'm going to, you know, put my stops in profit once they're down here, and just see how that gold holds out. All right. And again, the reason why I'm going to do that is because if we do come over here, let me see something here. Let me see. So we have high low, we have 60, and then let me see this. What is this low high? That's the 1618 there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this terminates right over there. And then I'm going to come from high low here. It's about 38.2. And then from here to here, it's about 1618. I'll put this in a channel. All right, and same right there. I was sitting at about right there. All right, yeah, so we have a really nice 5-wave over here. Everything is following the rules. It's in a channel. Perfect correction. We're probably going to have a complex correction. Just looking at this, I don't know why I think this. This is just coming to me right now, but I actually don't think we're going to break this low on gold for a little while. I think after this 5-wave, I think, and again, I could be wrong, but usually this is what happens. So this is a 2-point. So you had a whole complex correction here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you have a 5 up. You have almost a 3 down with this 3 up. So you have a 5-3-3. This is turning into a 5-wave down. I think we might end up getting this to go up, and then we might just start getting some of all of this happening over here on gold. So I think we might end up getting a complex correction on gold. So for me, the most important thing is going to see gold really just breaking out of that channel. Once gold, I'm going to leave this saved here. Once gold breaks out of this channel, we're going to start working on a different format. So usually after a 5-wave is a 3-wave. So usually you'll get a really strong like 3-wave. So that's normally what we'll get. And that 3-wave usually goes back to 50 to 618%. So I'm probably going to be looking to take gold right on up into this areas. I'm just going to get rid of all this. So maybe we can get gold to start pushing all the way back up there into that high. So we're going to see as gold starts to break out of that channel right over there. Alrighty. I'm going to get rid of all of this. All right, I'm going to leave this 5-wave here for you guys, and then we'll see what happens with this gold. All right, let's come down to the 15. And then, yeah, we'll leave that there.
Hey Manny, did you want to take a look at Lee's GU or before you go?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm going to delete this thing. Lee's still trading?
Yeah.
My man does not stop, man. Big shout out to Lee Page. All righty. All righty. All right, so I'll take a look at Lee's GU, and then I'm gonna end up wrapping up for the day. All right. Ooh. Alrighty. Da 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 da. It's the one and only DO double G. Look at this gold. Gold, man. Gold is just gold is gold. And just for everybody here to know on Market Watch, what usually happens to me and the team is we would look at a pair and then we would just stare at it for like 3 hours. And then just say, okay, well, see what's happening. All right, but see what happens to that gold. I'm very interested in this gold. I wonder if it's going to come down from here. We'll see what happens. All right, so let's take a look. All right, so GU, this is going to be the last pair of the day, and then we are going to be out of here. All right, so we have a lot of stuff going on with GU here. Let's get rid of all this. Let's refresh this. All right, where is Lee's GU? Bridget.
It is in the chat.
Let me see. Okay, I'll go take a look at that in just a second.
Right here.
This GU ended up working really nice from sell by. It just too bad I wasn't in it. All right, let's just. All right, thank you, SM. Let me see what Lee got cooking over here. All right, Lee is looking for GU to the downside. All righty. All right, so let's see what's happening with GU. So yeah, I was looking at GU2 over here. I was looking at GU from the zone. So let's see what happens. Let's come on over here. All righty. All right, so this is going to be the last markup, guys. So again, we're going to be looking at GBP, USD. Very similar to the other pairs. Obviously, we could see that GU order flow still to the downside. See, these lows are broken. Very, very big lows. See those daily lows? That's big. All righty. That's very, very big. Working to that downside. And GU's just been moving up, right? GU's been moving up, and we were looking at these previous daily highs, see if that market was going to reject off those daily highs, because above those daily highs, we have our next highs, which are a long way away. You know, we're talking about up here, those are over 600 pips. So as we start to come down to the 4 hour, just so everybody can have their memory refreshed, that was that daily high. That previous high right over there where that GU was coming down from. And, you know, it took some time. I remember we was over here. We were kind of wondering what was going to happen. But that GU ended up making a really nice run to the downside. And then if we just take a look at GBP USD just to see what's happening over here. Again, look, GU was going higher. GU was going higher. All right, this was that sell that we had over there. GU was going higher. Again, once GU goes high, it starts to pull back down. So we had this buy zone right over here. I'm going to delete that, right? We had that little run up that started to turn into some sell side liquidity. And then now GU just kept coming down and coming down and coming down and coming down, all righty? And if we take a look at GU, right, the low that I have here really doesn't matter because we just had it. Wasn't a technical zone. But if we take a look at GBP USD over here, we have to look at where this GU market is at, right? We have to look at where this GU market is at, where it's holding over here in terms of these lows and how this market is pushing up. We can see that right over here from these lows. You can literally see it right on the harmonic scanner. So there's no reason to like actually mark it up. But I'm going to show you here because GU is pushing back up. So we're going to be able to have that turn over. But if we take a look here, pardon me, if we take a look here from these lows, highs, you already see from that X to that D, that's that 1, 2, 3. So that's kind of like that liquidity grab back at those lows before that market starts to push back up. All righty. And that's what's happening. And now when we take a look at GU, the only thing that we're actually paying attention to on GU is this order flow from the high low. So you see here from that high low, okay, came to that 127, it's completing, and it's kind of just working its way back to the upside. So the question that we need to ask ourselves, right, as trader, looking at this is how high is GU going to go? And what's basically going to happen to GU. So we're going to look at this in a few different ways, alrighty? Now, one, if I look at GU from this low, the first thing I see here is that GU is breaking these highs. We have some consolidation. So GU looks like it does want to turn around. So it looks like it is gaining some strength. And when it comes to selling off GU, I was looking right here. And I'm going to show you guys why we're looking. So whenever there's multiple highs, right, just going to be a quick educational. Whenever there's multiple highs, what I always do is I look to see which highs were mitigated, which were not. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this really quick, right? Look, you're going to go high, low. Let me come to my pathway here. Look, you have high to your low to your high, right? You have that low. See how that low was taken right over there? Low. Market pushed back up, almost mitigated that high just a bit. Market broke that next low over here. Boom, you see right here in that volume is mitigated right over there. Market came even lower, pushed higher. This mitigated all of this here and then pushed lower. So we're looking at GU and you look over here. This is something that's like super, super important because even when there's volume buildup, let me show you something over here. Let's say we go to, and we just look at this high low. We look at this whole range. This is going to show you where the most of the volume is built up at. But you're going to notice here, look at each of these volume points. Look at one volume point there. Look at your second volume point here. Look, high, low break, market pull back, mitigated into that volume zone and came down, right? Boom, market went high, broke that low, pulled back up, mitigated into that second volume spike zone right over there, right? Market broke low, high, mitigated, is still meeting up with that. And you have high, low, and now the market's coming back over here. So this is the last big volume zone where this is sitting at over here. So we could probably start getting a run on GU to maybe start just, you know, rating some of those highs. But if we take a look over here, again, this is kind of where the rest of the volume is sitting over here on GBP USD. Now, if we do take GU down, okay, if we do happen to take GBP USD down from this particular zone, we would just want to do it in good taste. All right. And we don't, oh my, let me get rid of this lock over here. All right. We want to be able to take this this GU down in good taste. So maybe similarly to what's happening with gold, maybe the same thing will happen with GU where we're at a high. Maybe we'll get a little bit of a pullback down and then we'll get that market to start going back to the upside, right? Maybe we can get something like that. Now, again, look, if we're looking at GU, again, it is a sharp pattern. So if you go from high to low, you know, you'll see your 50% is also sitting a little bit higher. So this is where, you know, we got to figure out, okay, well, what exactly is happening with this GBP USD. All right, there goes that 50%. So we'll keep our eyes on that. So if we do something with GBP USD, right over here at the zone, if we do something, all right, let me just take a look at that. Let's bring this down. Let's bring this back down to the 15 minutes. Let's come over here. Let's see, high, low, high, low, high. And that volume ended up being right over there. That is no surprise. All right. And then let's come, let me see. All righty. All right, so for this GU over here, again, this could be a good potential area. Already gave us a little bit of a run over there. It's about 26 pips. But, you know, for GU, I would say, again, much similar to GJ. I would just wait for GU over here to really break this low and give us more of a reason to sell down instead of just this particular zone, because again, most of these zones here were already mitigated. This is where the remaining volume is at. So, you know, if the banks do decide to just turn this market around at this area, that would be great. And then as the market comes back down, I'd probably look to buy back up GU back down here at this 23,400 area. So, you know, we'll see what happens with this GBP USD. All right. So I would just say wait for more of a flip. You know, don't get into that. Let this market structure break over here to the low. All righty. And that's it, right? Let this market structure break down. If you want to try to get this little equal high hit and you want to do something like that, for those of you guys that want to do that, you know, I would put a 10 pip stop loss. I would keep it super tight, half of a risk. Maybe you'll get a nice little entry as this market starts to move its way down and maybe break that low. But that's what I would like to see first. I would like to see that low broken, push back up. Now, obviously, if GU and UJ would correlate as good as it used to back in the day, maybe if we get those yens to keep going up, maybe we'll get those GUs to go down. But ever since BRIC was introduced, you know, these underlining mechanical rules in the market has been a little bit different. So we're going to have to do some more research on BRIC. And we just have to, you know, figure out these new correlations and these new currency strengths and things like that. All right. But anyway, yeah, just keep your eyes on this. All righty. So with that being said, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up for the day. There was still lots of different setups we didn't really get to check out for today. But overall, yeah, this is what we got going on over here for today. All right, so just keep your eyes peeled. I'll keep this here on a 5-minute, you know, for you guys. Actually, I'll put it on the 15 because sometimes the 5 gets crazy. You guys can just drop it down yourselves. All righty. So again, yeah, AUD and ZD still dropping. UJ, you know, depending on where you got in, you know, I got in a little bit lower than you guys, so it might be around entry. I'm not really too sure what's going on with you guys. And then, yeah, so let's just see what happens with UJ and NJ. And then again, you know, keep your eyes on gold as well. Let's see if we get gold to continue to drop short from this zone. Now, usually gold runs really fast. So when gold wants to make a move, it makes a move. But it came to that 1958. I already got triggered in a little bit. So I'm in a few pips of profit right now with gold. Not even. But yeah, we'll see what happens with gold. All right. So maybe we could take gold, get that nice, you know, 100 pip run to the downside. All right. So let's see what happens with that. But overall, guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope everybody had a phenomenal day here with us today. Hope you guys got some good education. Again, just reminding you guys, mid-June, we're going to start up another boot camp. It's going to be a bonus, or it'll be after our live sessions. For those of you guys that are still new to Smartmonics, don't forget to just, you know, you can go right to my favorites. But if you want a little bit more organized, you want descriptions on what's happening, you can feel free to look over here and just kind of know what you're looking for in each and every single video. All right. Great stuff on the Boards app. As well, don't forget to follow your trading plan right over here. So you guys are trading with the right lot sizes and you guys are doing everything correctly over there. And then remember, maybe tomorrow, if not by Thursday, we'll have that updated harmonic scanner out for you guys. And we are working on some stuff to help you guys once the market's coming off an LB and the market starts trending. You know, me and the Market Watch team, we're working on a beautiful, just a really beautiful, high probable trending confirmation system. And, you know, hopefully we'll have something amazing. But anyway, guys, look, guys, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And, yeah, I will see you guys in the chat. And I will see you guys on tomorrow's session. God bless all of you guys.